We are going to go now to the public address system. To Norris Nickerson, assistant principal at Bangor High School, who will be introducing the starting lineups for tonight's game. We're waiting for the Ellsworth Pep Band up behind us to end their rendition.
Introduce the two teams for the boys' championship game. First, the visitors, Ellsworth High School.
And here are the Ellsworth Eagles. 9 through 12 high school enrollment, 574 students.
First, the starter.
Now the starting lineup.
Earl A. Waltz.
Earl A. Waltz at 5'8", junior guard.
Number 24, Tim Scott.
Timmy Scott, 6'3", senior guard forward.
Number 12, Troy Brown.
Troy Brown's a 6' senior forward.
Number 23, Jason Sattler.
Jason Sattler, 6'3", senior leaper.
Number 30, Lion David.
Lion David's a 6'2", senior center, number 30.
Now the remaining players.
Remaining
Number
players
22,
for Ellsworth.
Matt Brown.
Matt Brown's number 22, 6'2", sophomore.
Number 21, Mike Groda.
21 is Mike Groda, 6' junior.
Number 11, Jimmy Card.
Jimmy Card, 6' sophomore, who spells
Number 25,
AWOL.
Kirk Lurvy.
Kirk Lurvy, 6'2", sophomore, played a little bit in the
Number
semifinals.
15, Chad Sattler.
Chad Sattler, 5'11", sophomore.
Number 13, John Welch.
John Welch, number 13, 6'
Number 20,
junior.
Jason Sargent.
Jason Sargent, 5'11", sophomore.
And number 14, Reggie Kimball.
Reggie Kimball, 6' junior, forward, number 14.
Helped coached by Jim Mitchell.
Jimmy Mitchell is the head man at Ellsworth,
The home
and the
team,
assistant
Mount
coach
Norfolk
is
Academy.
Mike Merritt. The athletic director at Ellsworth High School is Mike White, and the principal is Janice Webster.
First the starter.
Now for the Lynx.
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, number 5, is the starting guard. 5'8", junior.
Number 13, Danny Ludden.
Daniel Ludden, 6' senior guard, number 13.
Number 21, Rick Budd.
Frederick Budge, 5'10", junior, number 21.
Number 35, Brian Tilton.
Brian Tilton, 6' senior forward, number 35.
Number 41, Andy Collins.
Andy Collins, 6'5", junior, number
Now the
41.
remaining players, number 11, Roger Stinson.
Roger Stinson, the first man off the bench, 5'11",
Number
junior.
31, Kendall Ring.
Kendall Ring had an excellent semifinal game, 6'2",
Number 15,
junior.
Chris Lane.
Chris Lane, 6'1", sophomore.
Number 33, David Millett.
David Millett, 6'3", junior.
Number 23, John Van Buren.
And John Van Buren's a 6' junior, number 23.
Number 3, Benji White.
Benji White, 6'1", junior.
Number 25, Shannon Dwyer.
Shannon Dwyer, number 25, 6'1",
42,
junior.
Darren Whitney.
Darren Whitney, number 42.
Number 14, Joey Grant.
Joey Grant, number 14.
Number 24, Joel Folster.
Joel Folster, number 24.
Coach from Mananoquin is Alan Lane.
Alan Lane is the
Officials
coach.
for tonight's ball game are Mr. Shaw
Ron
and
Weatherby
Mr.
is the
Poole.
assistant. It's a grade 9 through 12, 425 enrollment. Alan Lane is also the AD there. And Richard Greenlaw is the principal as well as the Eastern BC&D tournament director. The two officials for tonight's game, Roger Shaw, the bottom of your with the basketball, and John Plourde. Roger is from Mars Hill. John Plourde is from Caribou. The crowd is on their feet. They are clapping and stomping their feet already, and we have not had a toss of the center tap. John is over getting the Mananoquin Lynx out of their huddle, and here they come. And now to do the play-by-play, Joe Gould.
Thank you, Revere, as we get ready now for Class B Eastern Maine action. The Crew Cut Eagles on the floor along with the Lynx, as Leon David for Ellsworth will jump against Tilton, and the tip controlled by the Lynx of Mananoquin. This will be Williams with the ball. Michael Williams, Ludden. Now outside to Budge. Budge guarded by Brown. Now turns, gives to Williams. Williams in the middle, goes to Cullen. Cullen turns, puts up the first shot, and he hits the box and in.
Nice post cut by Cullen. Home run ball.
Pass to Scott. Now he comes back outside to AWOL. Awald comes inside to Sattler. Sattler puts it up and they tie it through.
Sattler takes it right into Tilton right away, and here comes the pressure. 1-2-1-1 zone press.
Loudon now goes to Cullen. Cullen's with the ball outside to Budge. Williams inside of Tilton. Tilton's going to fall away with the shot. Ooh, that's that's the first move we've seen him do.
Nice fall away. Nice fall away that time.
Awald comes down with it. He's going to take it unmolested. No good. Rebound tipped around. Picked off by Tilton. And he'll bring down himself. He starts down with it. Awald comes in behind, but it goes off to Williams. Williams of the Lynx. Now goes to Ludden. Got it by Scott. He looks inside again to Tilton. Tilton turns. Tilton in the crowd puts it up and in.
Making that penetration pass. David was behind him, and Scott was in front of him, and he just went over the two of them to make the little jump shot down.
6:43. Scott's outside shot. No good. Rebound comes off to Mike Williams. Williams of the Lynx starts down with it now. Number 5.
Tilton calling for the ball.
Now to Budge. Budge inside to Tilton. Tilton turns, puts it up and in.
Really fired up. He came down the left side that time, and he was hollering for Williams to bring the ball to him. And he made a nice post cut across the lane. He got the ball, went in for the jump shot. Here he is on your screen.
8-2 the score. The Lynx leading, and they've gone to Mr. Tilton early. Awald now to Scott. Got it by Ludden inside to Leon David. He's going to put it up off the glass. No good. Rebound comes out to Ludden. Goes off to Williams. Off the Lynx as he starts down with it. Now at the top. Starts to move. Kind of bobbles. Now looking for help. Gives off to Budge. Budge with the ball. Now goes to Ludden. Ludden now deep. Goes to Williams. Three-point area. Williams is going to take a three-point shot. No good. Rebound strong by Ludden. Puts it back up around. No good. Tip up by good, and Leon David rips the rebound.
Big rebound by David, but Madanaucook got a couple of shots that time.
Tim Scott all the way under, now to Leon David. Leon David shot off the glass, high and in.
A penetration by Timmy Scott caused that basket. Leon David just floated in behind, got the little easy jumper.
8-4 the score now. Ellsworth trails. Budge, three-point land. Yes!
Madanaucook off and out of the blocks in a hurry. A three-pointer. They haven't missed a shot, have they? Maybe one.
You've had 2 games to rest now.
That's right. I'm going to carry you this game.
Brown's long shot, no good. Nice rebound by Sattler, but there is Williams, and it'll be an Ellsworth ball possession. But nice tie-up by Williams that time.
Good hustle right there. Sattler went to the floor, but so did Williams.
Outside to Leon David. Leon holds over his head now, looking inside. Now Awald. Awald starts to move the right off the screen. Sattler to go under. Now at the top it goes Brown, rather, it goes to top to Sattler. It's going to be a foul away from the play.
Yeah, that's a foul on Ludden. See, they've gone with that triangle in 2. Ludden is guarding Timmy Scott, and Budge is guarding Troy Brown. That's what Alan Lane told us he was going to try to do, to try to disrupt that penetration and not let Timmy Scott get the ball and create all kinds of havoc for him.
11-4 the score is a timeout called here at the 4:54 mark. And you have to be somewhat impressed early on Tilton's shots, because he's not taking the same shots he did in the games we saw him before.
No, he's not, and he's really working hard to get open. I asked Alan Lane, I said, what kind of exposure has he had in Colorado before he came to Maine? He said, Lakewood, Colorado, they may get 20, 30 people at a basketball game. When he first came in here and saw this crowd here at the auditorium, he was completely nervous and excited about playing. So to an excellent start, and when you see a young man like him get off to the good start and call for the ball, you know that they're going to have a good game.
His first shot was a fall-away shot deep in the baseline. He made that one, and it's just his force that's in there right now. And with that triangle in 2, it's working very well. I think Jim Mitchell saw some things that he'd like to rearrange as Scott will inbound it under the Ellsworth basket, trailing 11-4. Brown takes the fake, now glides it up, and I believe it's going to be a player control foul on Troy Brown, and Williams took one right on the chest.
Yeah, that was an excellent play, though. He was in great position, and Brown went right over the top of him. There it is right there, as Williams takes the blunt of the force, and down he goes in the player control foul.
Williams with the ball for Madanaucook, brings down. Starts to the right side. Bounce goes to Budge. He looks inside into Tilton. Tilton's going to turn, and he loses the ball.
What Ellsworth is going to be careful of, they take a lot of chances on defense. and early they did. They were kind of roaming around, leaving Cullen and Tilden alone, and they've got to be a little bit more conservative with their defense and not so chancy.
Scott with the ball. Holds over his head, back out to the top to Awalt. He's going to drive, split, shoot, no good. Rebound by Tilton. Boy, that was a clocker right there. He went real high.
There's a difference, too. Awalt was able to do that in the semifinal game, but Tilton came up with that big arm and forced the shot in the opposite direction.
Now there's Scott going after the ball, knocks it away, but Tilton comes up. Budge's shot is no good, and Leon David comes off with a rebound. Looks for the outlet. Now it goes to Awalt, right down, goes to Troy Brown's long shot. Yes.
Troy Brown's going to make sure he hits that shot, take a little pressure off Timmy Scott so that he can maneuver in the offensive end.
Oh, nice move, and draws the foul with Tilton as Leon David gets the side of his head, but he went right by Leon David.
No question about it. He just got the basketball on a little entry pass. Here he comes. Look at the ball in his left hand. Good protection of the ball. Here comes David across. There goes his head. That's where he got him.
Good concentration.
And he makes the layup and is up for the three-point conversion.
So I think he's got 4 goals already. Trying for 9 points. He hits. That's 14-6. So Mananock off in running, as Bob mentioned. And the Ellsworth Eagles comes back with Card off to Troy Brown. Outside 3. No good off the front. Rebound by Card. Taken away by Collins. Off the Lynx. And they start down with it. Moving the ball now is Williams. Goes corner Budge. Budge fakes the shot. Now inside of Tilton. Nice interception by Ryan David. Tries to hit it back off Tilton, but saved. And they're going to call a foul on Tilton. And he never even looked over. And I tell you, Scott took a shot on that one.
He did take a shot. And he looked like he was moving. But Lion David went to the corner after the rebound. Here's the shot right there. Boom.
Whoa.
Down he goes. He got a shoulder right between the numbers. But Lion David, before that, looked like he had control of the ball before he went out of bounds, and he threw it back on the court, which caused that collision.
Mike Groders checks in for Ellsworth. Number 21. He has the ball right now. Looking inside. Codd, the offset guard, outside, starts to go, starts to put it up, has to alter his shot, but he makes a good one.
Nice penetration that time by Jimmy Codd.
And so they need a little penetration like that, 14-8. Williams with the ball, brings it down. You have to be impressed with Williams because he was not a starter a year ago. And he ball handles. It's not easy against the slapping Ellsworth Eagles, as they are all over everybody. Pass inside goes to Tilton. He's in a traffic jam, and they call 3 seconds.
You see the collapsing defense on him. As soon as he got the ball in a high post, 3 guys were right after him. 1 was reaching, and 2 was defending him.
I don't mean that they're a slapping team, that they foul deliberately. They're just around the ball. Scott with Ludden on him. Fakes the shot, starts to move, and there's some foul going to be called on Ludden. And did you see the professional shot by Scott?
There is a great experience right there that time. He had Ludden off his feet, and there he is. There's Ludden off his feet, and he throws it at the basket. And he's going to get himself 2 shots. Heads-up play that time by Tim Scott.
Ludden goes out, and the first sub coming in for the Lynx will be John Van Buren, number 23. 6-foot junior. Scott's shot is up and good. So you youngsters watching, instead of the ball being out of bounds, Scott's on for a pair because he let the ball fly in the air. Right. And he hits 2.
And Ludden was the individual that was guarding Scott. He's got 2 quick fouls, so they make the change with Van Buren. We'll see if Van Buren picks him up, man.
And there's going to be a travel violation called on Mike Williams.
But he was intimidated by number 24, Timmy Scott, that time. His steal forced Williams to maybe turn a little bit, and Williams came up with a travel.
And as we back to action now, Codd with the ball out to Groder of Ellsworth. Codd fakes the outside shot, starts to move, goes inside the Statler, but a little bit high and off. The last 2 fouls by Tilton and by Williams, they just got up, went back to their position. There was no argument. Nice pass to Budge to get the ball in. Now Williams comes up with Codd in his shirt. Starts, turns. Now top goes to Van Buren. And Williams starts to penetrate, stops. There's Budge. He's a good 3-point shooter. And he makes it.
There he is. Standing right there. He just looked down at his feet.
17-10 now. Scott through the legs to the right. Stops. Bounce pass in. Sattler turns off the glass. No good. Strong rebound by Tilton with the body. And Sattler in frustration fouling over the shoulder.
A little frustrated was Jason Sattler that time. He had a good opportunity to go over Tilton for the shot. He did, but it came up a little on the rebounding action. He fouled.
Matt Brown will now check in for Ellsworth as Leon David goes to the sideline. So there's the relish right there, the potency that they have. A lot of people they can put in. Mike Williams right to the hole, puts it up and in.
That's a nice roll, little soft shot in the lane. Goes high up in the air and then just rolls in.
19-10, 1:43 left. Coming with the ball, Card to the right side, Matt Brown. Now back to Card. Card's outside shot off the front, no good. And there's Tilton. Boy, he owns that right side of the basket. And stolen by Scott. He's going to put it up and in.
Nice play that time by Jimmy Scott. He faked like he was going down court, turned around and just got the deflection.
Van Buren with the ball, back to Budge. Budge brings it over now to the left side to Williams, and a foul's going to be called on Card.
Not quite quick enough was Jimmy Card that time. Williams made a nice play with his left hand to go outside him, and Card on his feet and picks up the foul.
So no one is in trouble as far as the one-on-one goes, as the Lynx bring in a pair now. Stinson will be one of them. Number 11, Roger Stinson. And number 31 just came in. That'll be Kendall Ring. So Stinson ring in. Williams stops, turns, it goes to Stinson, back to Williams. Williams looks inside of Tilton. Tilton moves in a traffic jam and puts it in. Boy, he's got a nice touch.
Nice turnaround. But they're getting good penetration, too. I think the defensive guards for Ellsworth taking too many chances with Williams, and he's getting inside now and making the passes.
Matt Brown turns, and he's going to be called for traveling, as Tilton has 11 points at this juncture with 53 seconds left in first quarter action, 21-12 in favor of Mananaca. My director's right here tonight. I like that.
Here's again.
He doesn't want to be here. Bachelor number one. Van the top to Williams. He turns now in traffic, goes to Van Buren. Van Buren double teamed. He comes around. Now bounce pass goes to Williams. Williams in the paint, puts it up, deflected by Sattler, and taken off by Matt Brown. Off low, a nice pass by Tim Scott, but right in the hands of Van Buren. He had the right idea. And Stinson of the Lynx comes back with it. Now to Williams. Williams starts to turn. Bounce pass goes to Van Buren. He's not bashful. Up, no good. Rebound there and up and in by Ring.
And the Ring on the weak side rebound. Off the miss. Ellsworth running around a little bit defensively again and got caught.
Groda with the ball, bounces inside. Matt Brown puts it up, no good. Gets it forward, puts it back up. That should go.
No good.
That should go.
No good.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Roger.
Oh, yes.
Shaw
I want to see that
no.
one.
I agree with Roger.
I don't. 23-12 at the end of one period. We'll be back right after this. McManus says so.
Our show this week features songs and dances from the days of the big bands.
I can afford to go to China choo-choo.
Sunday evening at 6 here on MPBN. You're watching high school basketball tournament action on the stations of the Maine Public Broadcasting Network, a service of the University of Maine system.
Well, there's a contingency here of the jury that I was wrong then. The basket did not count.
Yes, we all agree that you were. Right. I called it
And,
before Shaw called
well,
it.
Ellsworth didn't come out and argue, so
No,
I
he
guess it did not count. But we'll never know on the replay because he won't buzzer.
A wild and woolly first quarter, but Mananoc off to a great start here, 23-12.
Inbounds now will be put in by Van Buren, goes to Williams. Card right there with him from Ellsworth. He starts down the middle. He's going to stop in the paint. Ball knocked away. Picked up on there by Troy Brown. Now he stops. Now he starts to go. And it goes up. It goes in by the player control, and it gets allowed the basket. And you notice that Ellsworth players, after that, just to go back to their position.
Right.
Last year and a year ago, they didn't do that.
But I think it's characteristic of this team.
I think it's characteristic of Jim Mitchell. He's settled these guys down, and 23-12 the score. Nice drive by Brown, but the player control foul, and that's his second. Williams now with the ball outside of Stinson. Now back to Williams. Inside to Tilton. Tilton whirls, deals, puts it up and in.
That's the first time he went to the left, and he caught Lion David flat-footed.
He got one on the side of the kisser, too, as he's going back. Looks to Scott, 25-12. Scott starts to penetrate. He puts it up. Partially deflected. Lyon David's follow misses. Stinson goes to the ball. He goes out of bounds, and Ellsworth knocks it out.
Ellsworth can't get a break right now. They've got to make some things happen in the full court game, I think.
Van Buren gets it outside to Tilton. Still in the backcourt. Comes with it. Now off to Ring. Ring turns. Now he gets off to Williams. Williams starts to go with it. Williams bounce pass inside to Van Buren. Van Buren in a big traffic jam, and Matt Brown is fouling.
You see what's happening is that Ellsworth, by taking so many chances on defense, is allowing every Mananoco. Here's the play. Here's the replay. There's the drive off the baseline, and here comes a foul on by number 22 for Ellsworth, who was Matt Brown. But what's happening is they're taking so many chances on defense that it's really putting a lot of pressure on the back people, because they're not picking up their man, and their man is going right to the basket.
Van Buren, his first foul attempt. He'll have the second. Puts it up and in. So it goes 26-12 now. The Lynx leading. 7:08 here in first half action. Codd for Ellsworth comes down with the ball. Looks inside, looking for help. Now goes to Troy Brown. Troy starts to work it back to Codd. Codd gets inside to David. David's going to turn, puts it up and in.
Nice play that time, and a good patience by Ellsworth on offense. Now let's see defensively if they got some patience.
And they stole the ball right there. Troy Brown comes up with the help of Codd. Now a nice pass goes inside to... You see Lyon pass the ball to the official? But a nice pass that time by Scott as Lane gets ready to come in for the Lynx.
It was a bounce pass, and Lyon David fumbled it, causing the turnover. And Cullen comes back in. Nice bit of substituting by Alan Lane as Tilden goes out.
Chris Lane is in now. He'll inbound it to Stinson. Now back the lane to Williams. Williams turns. Now he starts down. Bounce pass goes into Ring of the Lynx. Now at the top to Stinson. Stinson in the lane. Puts it off balance. No good. Collins is there. Nice rejection by Lyon David, but a travel violation call against Stinson. And you can see when they get in close that everything is an altered shot.
Yes, it is altered. But my point is they shouldn't be getting in that close.
The defense should be doing better. Matt Brown, nice move, puts it up, misses the shot. I think that Cullen might have got a piece of that. And Williams comes back with it for the Lynx. Nice bounce pass to Cullen, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it's off Cullen, and it'll be Ellsworth's ball.
A little momentum changing here now for Ellsworth. A couple of turnovers by Mananoque. They've got to capitalize on their offensive end, however. Have failed to do so thus far.
So Codd with the ball for the Eagles, looks around. His team trails 26-14. Outside shot by Troy Brown, no good. Rebound by Cullen. Cullen turns now, it goes off the Lane as Lane starts down with it. Lane holds over his head, looking for help now. Gets it inside to Cullen. He turns, shot jumper, no good. Rebound by Lyon David, knocked away. Picked up by Troy Brown, long pass to Scott. Scott's going to slow down, puts it up. That's all he could do. Now he looks to come back on defense, off to Cullen as he gets back to Williams, and Williams will start down. Andrew Cullens with an S. Williams turns now in traffic. Scott's there, and he calls a good call for a foul for grabbing.
Right, but there it is again. Ellsworth play way out deep, and Williams does a nice little maneuver with the dribble and splits the defense, and then Scott is forced to pick him up and picks up the foul.
That's only his first as Tilton checks back in along with Budge, and some quality minutes by Stinson and Ring.
There's a foul. There's Williams coming into play, and there's the foul by Scott. But you can see the Codd guarding Williams is behind the play.
So on the foul line is for 1-1, and that was the 15th foul by the Eagles, and that was Scott's first. Nice picture there of young Mr. Williams. Gets ready, up and good, and it goes 28-14 now as Ellsworth trails by 14 points. 5:24 left in first half action, and in the action there's going to be a foul called on Chris Lane in the lane.
Timmy Scott had posted up and threw the foul from Lane, trying to prevent him from getting the basketball. Still not 1-1. 14 fouls on Mananoque, so Ellsworth's going to put it in underneath their basket.
So something's going on. Can you catch what's going on over there? We're checking the play-by-play here. Codd takes the three-pointer, goes to Lane, puts it up, rejected by Tilton. Taken off by Scott of the Eagles. He's going to push it up. It's no good. Rebound tip taken off by Collins. Collins holds over his head and finally gets rid of it. To Tilton, now to Williams, 28-14 to score. Now in the corner to Budge, three-point Budge, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Codd. He starts down with it. All the way down to the top, now still dribbling. Looking for help now. Now it goes off the left to Groder. Groder starts to fake, starts to go in. Nice pass inside to Matt Brown, and he hooks it up left-handed and goes in.
Nice hook shot by Brown right over Tilden.
28-16 the score. Mattinock Hooks Tilton with the ball now outside to Williams. Williams starts to work against the man-to-man. Codd on him to the right side. Now top Budge. Budge to the left side to Tilton. Fakes goes around. Lion David puts it up. No good. And the rebound goes long right, picked up by Collins. But what a move by Tilton. Now corner goes to Lane. Lane three-point shot, no good. Rebound by Scott. Scott comes off it. He collided with Lion David, and he got hit right in the stomach, and he goes down.
He sure did. I think he caught either his shoulder or his elbow. Maybe we can see it on the replay, but both of them went for that loose ball, and he took a couple dribbles out, and down he went.
I think they just knocked the wind out of him, but David was there. They collided. Scott was off and running for this fast break, and all of a sudden, like a heavyweight fighter, he went thud.
He's back up, though. Gives Lyon a little
foul
tap.
on Lyon then, right?
Gives Lyon a little tap. Says, hey, big guy, go easy on me.
Now, which side do you want? Well, you have to be impressed up to this point, 4-12, with the ball handling of Williams and the inside work of Tilton and Collins. And I think Lane is substituting real well this evening. He's getting the people in to give the proper people the rest.
No question about it. He's done an excellent job.
God, inside. I don't know how he ever got the ball in there. Scott shot his miss, but a tip up by Lion David goes in.
Nice quick spring by David to get up and tip that in.
Collins now. Tilton. Tilton's going to go right by David and puts it in.
Nice crossover dribble again by Tilton. That was the same move that he showed earlier in the first period.
And only one long step, and he's in there. 30-18 to score. Scott with the ball. Three-point range by Codd. No good. Rebound comes off the Lion David. He's in traffic, puts it back up, and hits off the top of the backboard and goes over it and out of bounds.
Right, Lion David got defended by Mattinock player and just could not get the ball over his outstretched hand.
Pass goes to Williams. Williams chased by Groder of Ellsworth as he starts down to the right side. Looks outside the lane now. Left side to Budge. Inside to Tilton. He whirls. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Comes over. Gets the board almost. Taken away by Matt Brown. He's called the travel. And Jim Mitchell wants a timeout, and I think at this time they do need a timeout.
Good timeout. Good call by Coach Mitchell. He wants to settle his troops down. He's bringing Sattler back, which is going to give him some help. You got to be impressed with Mattinock. They came ready to play here tonight. They've gone to their strength, Tilden and Cullen on the inside, and they have proved to Alan Lane's pleasure to really put the points up on the board. 30 points already with 3:22 left.
Yes, 30-18 is the score as we are seated, looking across the way. A large crowd on hand, always in the B contest. The Holton girls won over Herman in the first encounter. And the second one coming up, we'll have a champion here. And they will come back next Friday right here at the Bangor Auditorium and play for the state championship. Well, so far the officials are right on top of the play. Pete Webb will be happy that we said that.
Right. And
I said that.
And sometime a game like this with this kind of a differential in the score can get a little sloppy, and the officials do have to be on top of things, and they have been. John Ford and Roger Shaw.
Well, with 3-2 left here before first half, we'll see if Ellsworth can't make a run now.
They need a run. They haven't had a run all evening. They've just been scoring a bit here and a bit there. They haven't had, I don't believe, more than 4 points back to back.
Lane now inbounds it to Budge of the Lynx. They're leading by a 30-18 score. Lane now inside of Collins. Collins back to Lane, fakes the shot, goes to Williams. Williams now back to Lane. Lane holds as they start to play catch. Looking around now for the inside men to move. Now Williams works the other side to Budge. He looks inside. Collins is on the opposite side now. Goes to Lane. Lane starts to go. Fake. Scott's there with him. Now to Williams of the Lynx. 2:54 left. Now the fake starts back. It's to Williams of Mattinock as they are taking a little time off the clock here before the first half is over. 2:45 left. Goes to Lane. Bounce pass inside of Tilton. He will puts it off the glass. Hits the basket and he's fouled. And what a fool Tilton is.
And a foul by Jason Sattler. And when Bill McManus interviewed Alan Lane at the top of the show, he asked him what he was going to try to do. There's the replay, and there it is. There's the miss. And
that's a while ago.
where did that come from? All right. Okay.
Bob, you're stunned. The stun gun hit you.
No, but the point I was trying to make was with Alan Lane. He said it's going to look like a stall, but we're not stalling. We're just being patient. And that time there, it proved so as he got 3 points out of it.
Tilton. Now Groder comes back with an outside shot. No good. Rebound inside by Sattler. And he puts it in. And that makes it 33-20. Maddonaugh-Cook leading with 2:27 left in first half action. Williams comes down with it. Codd is on him from Ellsworth. Now it goes to Ludden, who checked back in the game. Now to Williams. The starter's back in for Maddonaugh-Cook. Bounce pass goes to Ludden. Ludden back outside. Budge inside to Tilton. Tilton now gives on the baseline to Ludden. He comes back outside. Inside. Nice play by Sattler, but Ludden is there. Now it turns back to Budge. Now to Collins. Collins goes corner. Now to Ludden. Ludden puts up a long shot. No good. Rebound strong by Codd. He starts down with it now. Now he slows it down. Looks for help. Ball knocked away by Tilton, and he goes part way out as Awald for Ellsworth gets ready to check back in this game. Goes to Groder. Groder fakes the shot. Now at the top. Codd inside, knocked away by Tilton, and Tilton's being fouled by Codd.
Great steal by Tilton that time as he came off his low post position out of that triangle. Made the steal, ran into Codd. He and Codd collided, and the foul was whistled on Jimmy. Here it is right here. There's the steal, clean steal. He goes for the loose ball, picks it up with his right hand. There's the crossover dribble again, and here comes Codd into the mess and causes a foul.
Alan Lane was just talking to Williams, and he says one shot. So next time down, look for more time to go off the clock as Tilton's on the line. He has played a perfect game to this point. I don't think he's missed more than 1 or 2 shots. He's been perfect on the line. 1:39 left, 34-20 the score.
In the semifinal game against Dexter, he had 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks. So he is a force.
And how many altered shots? Many. 35-20, 15-point lead, and who would have thunk it, right? All the grammarians out there just switched off their sets. As Awald comes with it to Scott. Scott fakes a shot, gets by Ludden. Now back to Awald. He pokes out an outsider, but there's Tilton. Strong rebound wherever he is. He turns on Awald, just now to Williams. And we'll see if Maddonaugh-Cook now will hold with 1:14 for the last shot. Inside it goes to Ludden, just not. Puts it up, no good. Rebound taken off by Groder of Ellsworth as he starts down the left side. Stopped there by Budge. Now comes partway back out. Looks, goes across to Awald. Top to Scott. Scott three-point outside shot. No good. Rebound by Tilton again. And he slows it down, holds it over his head. Looks for help. Whips the pass to Budge. Budge got it by Scott. Now Budge comes over this way toward us. Now to Ludden on the right side. Back to Budge with 43 seconds left. Now to Williams. Goes right down the lane. He's going to stop and pop. Yeah. And boy, they are playing. And Lane himself, the coach, Alan Lane, just went back and shook his head and smiled. Oh,
That's
a perfect first half.
He says, no, Mike, no good shots.
Right. Do as I say, Mike, but make them. 37-20. And I think all the people that thought that maybe Ellsworth might come in this game and dominate has seen just almost a picture-perfect first half for the Maddonaugh-Cook Academy Lynx. Back outside of Williams with 8 seconds. Inside to Collins. He was almost decapitated, but the ball comes back out. Now inside of Collins. He turns after looking at the clock. No good. The end of the first half, Bob. Maddonaugh-Cook leads by a score of 37-20. And you have to be impressed. I have to be impressed. I think even McManus would be impressed with this.
Has to be an absolutely flawless first half by Maddonaugh-Cook. They've done all kinds of things. They had the triangle and 2 for defense. They've tied up Timmy Scott. They haven't let him penetrate to cause all kind of confusion. When he's gone outside for the 3-point shot, there has been a Maddonaugh-Cook player right in his face. Lion David cannot get untracked on the inside, and Mr. Tilton has been the answer at the other end of the court. Every time Ellsworth tries to get some momentum, they come down, they go inside to Tilton, and he makes the big play. We are
anyway.
We are going to be back in just a moment.
We love our song. Play our song.
Production and broadcast of the high school B, C, and D basketball tournament games on MTVN are made possible in part by grants from McDonald's Restaurants, Casco Northern Bank, N.H. Bragg & Sons, distributors of automotive parts, industrial, and welding supplies, with 6 Bragg's Parts stores around the state. Machias Savings Bank, the total service bank of Sunrise County. And R.H. Foster Incorporated, with locations in Machias, Hamden, Lisbon, and Caribou. Mobile.
(37-20) here at halftime at the OK Corral. And you talk about a great first half for a team, and I think that you'll have to be impressed, even though if you're an Ellsworth fan, you have to be impressed by the way that Tilton, who parachuted out of the sky into Lincoln, Maine from Colorado, has just played, and he's shown us some different things. And I think we always hear, and it's so redundant, you always hear the coach say, well, we want to go what got us here. But when you look at Tilton, he's going with different things than got him here as far as his shot selection. He's just a fantastic basketball player.
Right. Early in the basketball game, he was receiving the passes at the post area. They were cutting off his penetration to the basket, and he would turn around and take about 8 or 10 or 12-foot jump shot. Then when he received the ball on the wing, he would take it to the basket on the dribble. So he's done all kinds of things here for Mananaco. I think what Ellsworth has to do, and I hope that Jimmy Mitchell mentions it to his team during the halftime, is that they cannot take so many chances on defense. I think they have got to be a little bit more patient on defense and make sure that they pick their offensive players up in the offensive zone and stay with them. Don't try to go weak side, get a tick or a flick, and just be patient all around on defense. They're taking too many chances defensively, and they're getting burned right at this time. At this time, we have Bill McManus, who is going to be interviewing Sandy Thomas at halftime. Bill?
Thank you, Bobby. And Sandy, first of all, you did a nice job in the first game. A lot of people don't know that you're a basketball official. They don't see the zebra stripes. Now they see you're all dressed up, but nice job.
Thank you. It's a good game to do, and hey, when you're working with Mike Thurston, it's easy.
Oh, God, Thurston's head's going to be just... Wow, Bob Leahy, did you hear that? Thurston's head's going to be just as big as can be. Sandy, one of the comments we've been talking about here is the three-point play. And some of the concerns expressed is how tough is the three-point play for an official to do when there's only 2 of you out there?
Of course, with a 3-man game, it's a little easier to do because you've got more people there to cover. But the thing is, with that trail official, you've got a little bit more cover than the lead official underneath the basket. So as long as you're moving, it's not that bad to cover. As long as in a guy's game, it's a little harder because they move the ball a little bit faster. So you've got to be a little bit quicker.
Sandy, do you find yourself looking more at the feet rather than looking at, or are you going to use the big word peripheral vision and try to cover everything?
I didn't find that this year. I just found that when you saw that person in a long distance, you just kind of quickly look down, see where their feet are, and then you just look when they release the shot. That's all.
You mentioned, Sandy, the 3-man officiating. Some of the people might not realize, but there was 3-man officiating in Eastern Maine, and I think some of the schools have tried to experiment it. One of the reasons they say is the cost of money. I don't think that's going to be true. I think in the long run it'll be less. But your versions, have you worked 3-man, and do you enjoy it if you have?
Yes, I have, and I've worked a couple of boys' games in 3-man, and it definitely is a lot easier to do in a boys' game just because they move the ball so much faster and they're so much quicker, and it's a little bit more physical, so you have more officials out there to make sure you're watching on what's happening. But I think it's good for the game, and I hope a lot of high schools do go that direction.
Sandy, you said you've worked some boys' games. Any problems because of you being a lady and refereeing a boys' game? That's probably the old stigmatism that the ladies can't do the men's games, but I don't think it's true.
No, not at all. Again, I work with some super guys that help me out a lot, and I didn't have any problems this year. I had about 7 or 8 boys' games, and I felt real good about all of them.
When you work the game, Sandy, do you find that you have to do anything to get up for the tournament rather than a regular season game?
I think you try to referee the same type of game. You just realize that you get pumped up just like the kids do and the fans do and the coaches do. And you feel the intensity, so you just try to do your best out there.
Sandy, listen, I appreciate you being here at halftime. I want to wish you the best of luck because last year you did have a state championship game. Maybe Mr. Webb will look heartily to you, but we don't know about Peter. But congratulations on an excellent season and a nice job here in the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Bob?
I got to cut you off right here because Guy Toole has just come down with the information that Brewer has beaten Bangor at Brewer tonight. 66-63. So Guy Toole told me that. If he's wrong, then he's going to have to pay for it.
Congratulations to Brewer High School. Now for the halftime statistics for Ellsworth. Troy Brown had 2 points. Jason Sattler had 4. Timmy Scott ended up with 4 points. Lion David had 6. Matt Brown had 2. And Jimmy Cott had 2 for their total of 20 points in the first half. Mike Williams had 6 points for Mananoquoc. Ricky Budge had 6 points. Andy Collins had 2 points. Kendall Ring had 2 points off the bench. John Van Buren had 1 point off the bench. But the story of the first half offensively was Brian Tilden, who ended up with 20 big points for their total of 37 to give them the 37-20 lead over Ellsworth. And we are going to take a look, if you can check your screen for the graphic. 9 out of 30 field goals for Ellsworth for 30%. 14 out of 30, 46% for Mananoquoc, 2 for 2 from the Ellsworth for 100%, 7 for 8 for 87% for Mananoquoc. Ellsworth had 6 turnovers, and interestingly enough, Mananoquoc had 9 turnovers to lead in that category. We see the drummer there from the band across the way, the Mananoquoc Academy Lynx band. Joe, the two teams have not come back on the court yet. Oh, here comes Mananoquoc just coming out at this time, but I think Alan Lane has got to be perfectly pleased. His team has played almost a flawless half. They have executed his game plan to a T and have the big 17-point lead. I don't think Ellsworth is out of it as yet. They are a spurt team. They play that way. They wait for the time of the game, 2-3 minutes at a time, where they're going to pick up 6, 8, 10 points and get back in it. So we'll watch for that in the second half and see whether or not they have a little bit more patience on defense.
And if they don't have patience, we may see a lot of people walking the planks, because Ellsworth's that type of team. They can foul a lot. So the two officials, John Plourde and Roger Shaw, both from Aroostook County, will have to be quick and on their guard, because if Ellsworth starts to foul, that may be a big toll mount up. But we hope it becomes a good game, but I've never seen a first half played so well and told in the beginning how they were going to do it, and they did it.
Right, exactly. And I think that one other point before we break here is the fact that Mananoquoc has shown us a bench tonight that we did not know that existed for 8 or 9 deep. Before we begin the tip-off for the second half of action, we are going to take a momentary break.
This is the Kalahari Desert, so hot and brutal that the animals who live in it can only emerge at night. But every year, the mighty herds of Africa migrate here in search of water, and they find it in a miracle of nature, the Okavango Delta, an island of water surrounded by a sea of sand. Join us when a magnificent 3-part visit to Okavango, Jewel of the Kalahari, begins with the search for the jewel. Next time on Nature.
Sunday evening at 8.
Back at the auditorium, the Mecca. And tomorrow we'll be doing the D in the afternoon. My ERs and A's are very bad. I've been practicing all week.
You are a true New Englander.
Oh, bad. It is bad. Park the car. I can do it.
Both teams with their respective coaches getting ready to come out on the floor for the second half of action. Mananoquoc Academy breaks first. Ellsworth around their coach. There's the Lynx coming out on the court. Jimmy Mitchell with some last-minute instructions to the Ellsworth Eagles. We are getting ready for second half action. The fans are on their feet on both sides of this auditorium. Roger Shaw is about ready to put the ball in play. Ellsworth will take over with a possession arrow in the first half. And here's Joe Gould.
And as John Giffen always said, the first 3 minutes in that third quarter is going to spell it. What's going to be done here? Awalt goes in the corner to Scott. Back to Awalt. Now to Scott inside to Lion David. Lion David moves in, pushes it up and in. So that's maybe what they're going to try to do, is get Tilton in trouble.
They went right inside right away at Tilton, and he backed off a little bit, and David was allowed to get the power layup.
Budge with the ball now to Williams. As the Lynx now will be shooting for the basket at Buck Street. Nice whipping pass, and a foul is called on Lion David against Collins, and Collins.
Little high post action that time, high-low post action. Tilton cut across. There he is. There's the drop pass into Cullen, and Lion David was there.
So Collins will go to the line for 2. When they get to that 66 mark, I'll mention it. Okay. Foul shot up, and it's no good by Collins.
We might add, for those people out there, that is a little slam against our producer, Mr. Fowler.
Foul shot up and good. 38-22 now. As Awald of Ellsworth comes down to the right side, Scott leaves it off to Sattler. Sattler turns to the crowd, no good. And in the rebound action, Collins is fouling, and Lyon David went down hard.
Right, they went right inside again. Timmy Scott went up for the shot. Ball went inside to Sattler, and Cullen fouls. There it is, right there. There's Sattler on the turnaround, but there's Cullen knocking Lyon David to the floor. And each team has one team foul here in the...
Scott now at the baseline, dribbling the ball. Still dribbling it, crosses over now to Awald. Awald right down the lane. Nice pass inside to Sattler, puts it up. No good. Chilton got a piece of it. And in the ensuing shot, they're going to call a foul on Collins. And you notice now that Alan Lane has gone down to the suspenders.
Yes, he has.
White shirt and suspenders.
Nice penetration that time by Awald. Was able to get it into Sattler. There's the miss. There's a nice rebound by David, and there's the foul by Collins as he gets 2.
Foul shot by Lyon David, no good. I think that'd be down to the T-shirt by now. Alan Lane would like to take the trophy back up to Lincoln. Foul shot, no good. He misses the pair. Tilton there, but Scott knocks the ball away from him. He starts to move, fakes now, goes to Awald. Awald tries to penetrate, goes to Scott. Scott goes to the top now to Troy Brown. Troy Brown's shot is no good. Rebound tipped around, picked off by Lyon David. David puts it back up and in.
Taking it right
and
inside.
Ellsworth kind of dominating on the offensive board now. 38-24. Cut the lead down somewhat. Awald goes to steal. He gets it, but goes out of bounds.
A little bit better position that time, though. Williams was forced into the corner, was unable to reverse his dribble, spin dribble out of it, and cut into the lane to cause that confusion that happened in the first half.
Williams with the ball, dribbles to the left side, behind the back. Now at the foul line, stops, inside to Collins. Collins turns, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Tilton, up and in. And a strong rebound.
Very strong rebound. Great inside position against Sattler that time, as Tilton went right up over the top of him and laid it back.
Troy Brown with the ball. Top goes to Awald. Now leaves there to Scott. Left side goes to Sattler. Starts to drive, and he's called for foul. He kind of threw it up as a token.
He knew. Going back on defense, there's Jason right there. He knew he had a little traveling music.
Traveling music. 40-20, 16-point lead. And the backcourt is Budge. Guarded by Brown. Now it comes off to Ludden. Ludden has the ball almost taken away by Scott. They're going to call a travel violation on Ludden, who was fighting for his life that time to get the ball away from Scott.
Scott was all over him and forced him to travel. Ellsworth going to get the ball right in front of us here. There's Lyon David.
40-24 the score, 6:07. Now right side goes to Scott, holds over his head, looks around, Ludden is there with him, and bounce pass comes out to Awald in traffic, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes out to Sattler. Sattler's going to turn, put it up, it's no good. Rebound tipped around, Sattler there again. Ball goes to the floor. Williams there trying to get it, and every red shirt in the crowd is on him.
Possession arrow to Mananock. Good hustle that time by Mike Williams and also Awald. One thing I've noticed early here in the third period, Timmy Scott is not pushing his offense. He's being a little bit patient and deliberate, letting things happen.
And he'll pick up the foul. And also, you gotta give credit to Ludden, what the job he's doing on Scott.
Yes, he is.
On defense.
Excellent job. And that's that triangle and 2. There it is. There's the replay. There's Ludden right there. And there's Scott. Looks like he had the knee inside.
Budge with the ball. Troy Brown against him. Now goes to Williams. Awald will be on the defense. Now goes to Ludden inside to Tilton. Tilton turns. Nice rejection that time. As Tilton did turn, Lyon David came over from the weak side, and Collins was open.
He was wide open. He didn't see him, though, because Lyon David was up in the air blocking his view.
He had 4 people on him. Now goes to Collins. Collins puts it up off the glass and in, and Lyon David is fouling.
Little lazy that time was Lyon trying to get back on defense as the inbounds pass came in right by him. A nice power step by Collins. Here it is right there. There he has the ball. Up to the basket. Here comes David over the right arm. off the glass, and we'll see it come down. No, we won't.
Yes, we will. Look, Bob, look. Bang. All right. Foul shot up and missed. Rebound by Leon David as he pushes Ludden out of the way.
Ludden goes flying to the deck.
Awal goes to the crowd, bounce pass to Scott, misses the shot. Rebound, tip goes deep in the left corner and out of bounds.
Off Budge.
Oh, can I stay up with this or what? I'm waiting for your volleyball team. We have a new secret weapon this year. We're not going to be in the league. Sattler moves, rejection by Tilton, and he draws the foul.
Right, Sattler didn't hear the whistle that time, but Sattler took it right to Tilton. Tilton came out, made a nice block, but got a piece of the body.
That's only 2 on Tilton. And going the line will be Jason Sattler. 42-24 is the score, as Lincoln leading in this contest. We're in the 3rd period. Foul shot is up and good.
Jimmy Mitchell over on the bench, very, very concerned as he's just looking up at the clock.
Foul shot up, and this time it's no good. Rebound hammered off the backboard. Retrieved in there by Brown. Awal goes to the hole, puts it up, no good. Tip up by Leon David, no good. Sattler there in an undershot, and Tilton picks up his 3rd.
All right, and they're going right after the inside people. There's Jimmy Mitchell. Good picture of Jim. Here's the action. There's the tip up by David. Here comes Sattler into your picture. Goes up strong. Foul on Tilton from behind. He's going out with 3 fouls. 5:08 to go in the 3rd period. Could this be the time that Ellsworth has the spurt? There's a concern. Alan Lane calling the defense. Grab the ball, he's saying to his team.
David Millett in the game for the Lynx, and Groder checks back in for Ellsworth. So at the 5:08 mark, Mr. Tilton goes to the sidelines with 3 personal fouls, and the score 45. Sattler's shot is up, it's no good. Rebound, tip, finally taken off by Ludden. Ludden starts down with it. Off to Williams. Now Williams with the traffic jam around him. Awal now stops, goes to Ludden. Ludden looking outside, goes to Budge. Budge holds the ball, back to Ludden. Scott's on him. Now back outside to Williams again. Holds over his head. Now inside goes to Collins. Bounce pass goes inside to Ludden for a travel call on Collins. And he had the right idea. He had Williams on the baseline.
Right idea.
I mean, Ludden
on the baseline, but the right idea, poor execution. He committed the traveling violation.
42-25 the score. 4:42 left. 3rd quarter action. Ewald of Ellsworth now to Scott. Scott goes in the lane. Going to put it up, around, and in.
That's the penetration Timmy Scott hasn't had here this evening, and that's the first time he's done that.
Williams comes down with it, and they're going to call a blocking foul.
Blocking foul on...
Shoot it.
That time there, Andy Collins made a nice screen, but just at the end of it, he pushed his hands out. And by pushing his hands out, caused the player control foul.
And that's the 5th team foul. And that's only the 3rd, the 3rd on Collins. So going to the line will be Groder for a 1-and-1. And there's only 3 team fouls on Ellsworth at this point.
There's Jimmy Mitchell coaching, calling out the defense.
Groder's foul shot is up and good. So now Ellsworth starts to make a comeback here. 42-28 as Tilton is back.
Do I hear Mo somewhere coming into the building?
Yes. Foul shot up and good.
Momentum.
Momentum is right. 42-29. Williams with the ball. Starts down with it now. In the backcourt still. Ludden. Ellsworth is all over the floor. Now an outside shot by Budge for 3, and he hits it. That stings.
How to break your back. You work on defense, and then Budge comes down and bangs a 3-pointer in on you.
Groder with the ball at the baseline, starts to move, puts it up, rejected, gets a rebound, still in the lane of the Giants, puts it up. There's going to be a foul called on Budge.
Foul's on Rick Budge. Nice rebound, good hustle by Groder. Here's the action. There's Groder, good power dribble. There's Budge reaching in on the arm, grabs his arm. Great strength that time by Groder to hold on to the basketball and get it up to the hoop as it falls in.
Well, that's our technical people with that great shot. Mr. Budge could not get out of that one. Foul shot is up, and it's good.
Here they come, baby.
45-31, and momentum. Williams with the ball. Awal comes back to challenge in the backcourt. Starts down with it now, turns. Now loops the pass over to Ludden. Now he turns, starts to go toward the glass, and rejected by Scott.
See how Scott invited him to go to the basket that time, and then as soon as he went up for the shot, bang, he's right there, right behind him, and knocks it out of bounds.
3:50 remains in third quarter action. Bounce pass goes deep to Williams. He's outside as Awalt went down hard. Now he gets up. A lot of action going on here. Ludden with the ball. Now goes to Awalt. Awalt looking inside, back to Ludden. Ludden at the three-point line. Still looks. He decides to take it. It's off, no good. Rebound by Groder. Groder's going to turn and start down with it now for the Ellsworth Eagles. They trail by 13. Now at the top to Awalt. Now to Scott. Scott fakes. Now he starts to go inside. Looking now. Now to Awalt. Awalt jump shot. No good. Rebound by Groder. Comes off now to Leon David. And David cleans Williams' clock. But Williams was guilty of fouling. I guess he got Leon right in the face.
No, I think David got hit before he had the collision with Williams. He was kind of lost his balance, and I don't even really think he saw him. I don't know if we're going to see that, but see, he's holding his head, and I don't think it was caused by the collision with Williams. I think it happened before that. There's Williams.
I think Williams got the worst of that
he
one.
Said, holy mackerel, what hit me?
Get the number of that Mack truck, please.
Number 30.
Right. So Lyon goes to the foul line. The shot's up, no good. Scott with a rebound. Turns, and a lot of action there. They call a travel foul. Travel violation.
He was looking for a foul, certainly that time.
Goes off to Williams. Williams starts down with it. People are there. Now it goes off to Collins. Now Ring will check back in for Mananoka. Goes to Ludden. Ludden with the ball. He turns. Double teamed everywhere. Scott goes after Williams now. Still in the dribble. Holds the ball now to Budge. 45-32 to score. 2:56 left. Now inside to Collins. There he is. No good. Rebound tip back to Ludden. And he's called for traveling.
I don't know about you, but in the last 2 minutes, I've noticed the intensity level has gone up about 4 decibels here in the auditorium for these kids.
Now both the big men from Mananoka are out. Collins goes to the sideline, and Ring comes in.
They've got to be careful now, has Mananoka.
2:46 left. Scott with the ball inside the Leon David. Turns on Millet and hits. Momentum.
Here they come.
45-34, up by 11. Now Williams with the ball. Gallops down now. Bounce pass goes inside, but Awalt is there. He knocks it out of bounds.
There's Jimmy Mitchell up and clapping. You can get up if you applaud your team.
Williams with the ball outside. Awalt still with him. Relentless. Now he goes to steal. Almost gets it. Williams comes back with it. And Scott steals this time. Scott's going to go to the glass. All the way left-handed in there.
Nice play. Nice steal by Timmy Scott. Alan Lane wants a timeout. Has to be careful with his substitution because Ellsworth is making
momentum. We're talking about ice now. Ice. Compress and elevate.
There you go. And Wes Jordan told me today they've initiated an R at the beginning of that. It's called RICE. Rest. Ice, compression, and elevation.
You got to be here to believe this, haven't you?
There you see the Ellsworth cheerleaders
You
in front
think
of
the
us.
producer still believes that score?
He does.
Not a happy camper, I'm telling you.
The Ellsworth Eagles, right around their coach, Jimmy Mitchell. They're making a run here. Down 9, got it to single digits. I'm sure that's what he wanted going into the fourth quarter. Alan Lane took his 2 big boys out, Andy Collins and Brian Tilton, and they went directly inside to Lion David. He made a turnaround, and then the ensuing steal by Scott makes the score 45-36. The buzzer is blown. We're getting ready for the balance of the third period. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. We notice that Tilton's come back in the game to hopefully stem that tide a little bit for Mananoka.
Ring is still in the game. And Millet goes to sideline. Ring is in. Williams, Budge, and Ludden. So Collins, the other starter, still remains on the bench. Ellsworth counters with Sattler and Groder, Awalt, Scott, and Leon David.
And change the press to half-court trap.
Williams works the left side. Now Connor Ludden back to Williams. Williams turns in traffic, middle ring, outside Budge. Now Williams to left with 1:54 left. Tilton deep. Now back to Williams. Take a little time off the clock. They've got a 45-36 lead. Ludden now back outside, goes to Williams. As the Ellsworth crowd behind us yelling boring. To the right side, Budge.
And the Mananoka crowd standing and applauding.
Ring now to Budge. Has to work the ball toward the middle now. Off to Williams. Williams in the corner. Ludden. Ludden holds. Back to Williams as they play catch around the perimeter. Ring starts to move. He can't get by. Budge three-pointed. And he does it again. Unbelievable. He does it again. A great shot by Budge.
Take about a minute off the clock and throw in a three-pointer. That's unreal.
Hey, put me in, coach. 48-36. Back from 9 to 12 inside Leon David. Works on Tilton. Misses a shot. Set Lazier up. No good. Rebound tipped around. Leon David bounced on the floor. Up and good.
Right, there was contact, but no call.
48-38. Ellsworth now cuts it to 10. Pass goes to Ludden. Now goes to Ring of Mananoquoc. Bounce back to Ludden. Now to Williams. A good ball. Both teams good ball handlers. Now goes to Ludden. Ludden looking inside. Starts to reel. Starts to deal. And a foul's going to call on Ewald. And you have to be impressed with the Ellsworth Eagles as far as the fouls go. They are a different team. They put their hand up. They pass the ball to the official. There's just no griping as we once saw at one time.
Very gentlemanly.
As Matt Brown will get ready to check in for Ellsworth. There's Ring. Kind of hesitated on the shot. He misses it. And Leon David rips the rebound and starts down the other end. 31 seconds left here in third quarter action. Ewald down the right side. Looking in now. Skips it out to Groder. Groder with the ball. Starts to move to the middle. Back to Ewald. Now he looks. Starts to penetrate. Back to Groder. Groder's going to turn now. Start to go. He's going in the lane. Puts it up. Rejection by Tilton. And they're going to call the fourth one on Tilton.
Nice
and with 14 seconds left to go.
He probably should have backed
The
off.
41-second rule should have been enforced.
But Groder made a nice drive to the basket to try to pick up that fourth foul, and he did. We're going to see a substitution coming in. Number 33 is coming in. That's Millett from Mananoquoc. And Tilton's going out. Here comes Ring's going out. But a nice play by Mr. Groder as he took the ball to the basket and picked up the fourth foul on Tilton with 14 seconds left to go in the quarter.
48-38 to score. Chance to cut it now to 8 if he can cash in them both. Foul shot is up and it's no good. 23-12 at the end of one. Mananoquoc led. At half they led 37-20. Now they lead by 10, 48-38. And Tilton on the bench with 4 fouls. Foul shot is good. So it's a 9-point lead now. 14 seconds to go.
Here comes the pressure again by Ellsworth. 14 seconds if they can get one more steal. They don't want to foul, though.
Ludden looking. Bounce pass goes into Williams. Williams starts down with it. Williams on a gallop, left-handed, inside to Ludden. Ludden is there, puts it up. Nice pass and a nice layup by Ludden. 3 seconds to go. Scott's going to stop. 3-point land. And at the end of 3 complete, 50-39, we'll be back with a fourth period and just 1 minute.
TV news can create powerful people or destroy them.
While the overwhelming number of people who saw the debates believed John Kennedy had won them, the equally overwhelming number of people who only heard them, didn't have a television set, listened on the radio, thought Richard Nixon had won.
Join host Edwin Newman for a look at manipulation of the media. Point of View, next time on television.
Monday evening at 9 on MPBN.
You're watching high school basketball tournament action on the stations of the Maine Public Broadcasting Network, a service of the University of Maine system.
Well, Revere.
They got to be happy. I think Mitchell's very happy with that period because they cut the deficit down from 17 down to 11. Going into the final 8 minutes. Ellsworth on the floor first. Here come the Lynx. They sprint out.
There we go. Leon David will take the shot and he goes in.
That's that rule where
Momentum.
the buzzer blew and they handed the ball to Ellsworth. They got it in quick as a steal.
Scott with it now to Groder. Groder pops, no good. Rebound tipped around, taken off by Millett, who's a replacement in there for Tilton. And all the way to the glass, he leaves it off to Ludden with Williams, and he puts it back in.
What a nice play by Williams. Heads-up basketball. He just drew the defense to him and dished it off for the easy layup.
52-41 to score. Now Scott, outside shot, no good. Rebound tip is taken by Groder. He turns. Groder with the ball now, looking inside, holding the ball. Now back outside to Ewald. Ewald, right side, goes to Leon David. Back to Ewald of Ellsworth. this contest. Pass goes inside toward Leon David, but tipped away by Collins.
Ellsworth retains possession underneath their goal.
Now it comes inside to Leon David. He goes up. He kind of let it go before he got there.
It's a
It
flyer.
goes in.
It was a flyer.
52-43. Back to 9 now. Williams.
There's a turnover.
Woo. Ludden threw the ball back to Williams, right by his ear.
With this triangle in two, Ellsworth really hasn't taken advantage of the wings. Here we are in the fourth quarter. We're just mentioning it, but they haven't taken advantage of the wing shooting.
Now inside Leon David, a hook shot. It's up around and in. The drop.
Here they come.
The Ellsworth Eagles and a steal. Yes.
Yes. Possession arrow going to Mananoquoc.
And Plourde gets in to break it up a little bit as they were scrambling. Oh, loose balls, pass balls, everything now. Everybody's going for, as it's 52-45, a 7-point lead. Matt Brown in the game for the Ellsworth teams. Leon David, along with Scott, Schroeder, and Ewald, and Scott is fouling.
He was moving. He's pleading his case with John Plourde, but he was moving.
It's only the third, and both teams in the 1-on-1.
Here it is. There's the knee. There's the leg out. And then down he goes. Ludden going to the line for one and a penalty.
So foul shots will be so important as there's 6:42 left in this contest. Foul shot is up and good by Ludden.
It's your Alan Lane. When do you bring the stopper back? Mr. Tilton.
Try to go under 5.
If you have the lead, you may go longer.
Yeah, right. It's according to what they can do out there. They're doing well so far. Foul shot is up by Ludden. No good. Rebound tip. It's going to go out of bounds. And beautiful. And Fowler and Bill McManus. Show that. Or is it Bill? All Bills. Nice play. And a great play by our two men. Both of them, they're track stars, and they caught Mr. Ludden, who could have seriously injured himself.
Ludden and Scott right into our table.
If that's not punishment, I don't know what is. Now, a long skip pass goes outside of Scott, 53-45 to score. Inside, and Collins is reaching, and Leon David will go to the line.
Foul on Collins. That's his 4th. Now you're in a real dilemma.
Ooh, it's not down to 5 yet, is it?
Here's the pass. Watch the post pass. Nice cut by David. And there's Cullen, just a little step slow getting there. Last time this situation happened for Mananoquoc, when the two big guys went out, Ellsworth made a mini run. So we'll see what happens and how long Alan Lane stays with both big guys out of the game.
Foul shot is up and good. Both big men for Mananoquoc have 4 personal fouls. Leon David is playing the game of his life.
And I think if you ask Jimmy Mitchell how you're playing, he'd say we're not playing very, very well. But I think they're starting to gain a little confidence right now.
Sadler on a strong rebound, and he is guilty of a push-off. And he hands the ball. Well, he hands it to Ewald.
Right. But he fouled on the rebounding action. There was a missed foul shot. Sattler went up for the rebound and crashed into the Mananoquoc player. I believe it's number 33, who is David Millett. David's going to the line for one in the penalty. 53-46.
Foul shot so important. 6:25 remaining in this contest. Ellsworth Eagles going air ball. Foul shot up is no good. Scott picks off the shooter. Takes the rebound. Starts down with it. Now starts toward the right side. Down goes 2 Mananoquoc players. Inside shot by Leon David, no good. Ludden comes off the weak side for the rebound. And now off the winnings from Budge. And they're going to call a foul on Ewald because he was moving.
He was moving. Fouls on Ewald, number 10. There he is. Tapped on the backside by John Plourde.
And Card will come in now.
There it is. There's Williams going with the left hand. And Ewald moving with him. Down he goes. John Plourde right on the play.
6:10 remaining as Williams goes to the foul line. He's a good foul shooter. So they'll need these foul shots now to hang on. Foul shot is good. All there, all on net. 54-46 with 6:10 remaining.
Very gutsy move right here by Alan Lane, keeping his two big guys out of the game with 4 apiece.
Foul shot is up and good.
It's the roll. 2 big foul shots that time.
55-46. Card back with it. Card works to the right side. Scott's gone low post. Sattler with a shot up the glass and in.
There's the opening right there, coming off the elbow. They just moved the ball, came back to the weak side. Nice cut.
Ludden with the ball, 55-48 to score. Ludden back to Williams, 5:47 left. You can see it down in the right corner of your screen. But if you're out in the kitchen, you can't see it. Budge with it, now back to Ludden. Ludden looking around, back outside to Budge. About time for a three-pointer, would you say?
That has been the strategy.
Right.
Budge is in.
Codd going after the ball. Williams with it now. He may get the 5-second count. Now he breaks it. Back outside to Budge. Off to Ludden. Ludden with the ball. Back outside. Goes to Budge. Budge turns. Now to Ludden. Ludden with the ball. And there's a steal by Scott. There'll be an easy juice coming up. He puts it in. 55-47. 50 rather.
55-50. 5-point game. Alan Lane tried to cheat some time off the clock, going a little stall delay game to protect his two big guys.
It's under 5 now. He's going to have to come back with them sooner or later.
But that's an awful long time to do.
Budge now
Here
off to
comes
Williams.
Tilton. Here comes Tilton.
Williams with the ball. Now it goes to Ring. Leaves it off to Ludden. Ludden's going to take the shot. He does. High off the ground. And a rebound by Groder.
Really intimidated that time by Lion David as Ellsworth comes into the forecourt.
Groder is deep now outside the three-point line. And this is Codd back to Groder. Groder, we want him to take it. He doesn't take it. Now off to Scott. Scott will take it, and he does, and he misses a shot. Rebound by Millett. Good rebound. 55-50, 4:15 left. I wonder if the Bill Russell syndrome will come in, that Ellsworth scrapped so hard to get back in it, but they're going to have enough to get in it and tie it and stay ahead. There's Millett. Oh, nice play by Millett.
Great post pass that time by Ludden. Found Millett underneath the basket. David backed off, and he laid it in.
And the biggest cheerleader was Tilton that time when Millett made the shot. 57-50, 3:51 left. Three-point shot by Codd, no good. Rebound taken off inside by Ring of Mananoquet. And gives off to Williams. Williams with Codd on him, behind the back of the right side. Nice move. He starts down the middle, and he's losing the ball, but Codd is fouling.
He got a break. He got a break.
Timeout is going to be taken by Jim Mitchell.
Right, and I think Williams got a break that time. If he had, watch him, he's going to lose control of the basketball, and when he loses control of the basketball, he goes down, and here comes Codd behind him. See, the foul hasn't been called yet. Now the foul's called on that play right there. So he got a break by falling to the floor, and Jimmy Codd commits the foul, and Williams is going to go to the foul line. Tilden comes back into the game, and Mitchell, Coach Mitchell of Ellsworth, called that timeout. So we're in crunch time now, 3:36 to go, 57-50 in favor of Mananoquet, who come in here the number 3 seed, beating Dexter 54-58, 54-48 in the semifinals.
Well, Tilton will check back in. He's got 4, but he more than anyone realizes he had 4 on him, so he won't challenge the people if they can get the ball inside.
Now you see,
go ahead.
There's Coach Mitchell exhorting his troops on as they go out, looking for that good defensive thrust and that good offensive movement to get back in this game. But now you get the stopper back in the game. The pitcher who pitches every 4th rotation and gets a win. The guy who's going to be there when you need him to get the big rebound. The guy who's going to be underneath the basket to receive the ball to lay it in and get fouled. So Tilden's back in the game. Nice strategy by Coach Lane. Keeps calling out in case Tilden gets fouls out of the game.
You are right there. You heard it. 57-50, 3:36. So we start the countdown. Williams on the line. He's an excellent foul shooter.
3 for 3 from Mike Williams.
That's the man you want with the ball. It's ready now for the second one. Young Mr. Williams, only a junior. Looks up, takes the ball up in the air, and puts it through. 59-50.
And for the game, 6 for 6 for Mr. Williams.
6 for 6, 3:32. Inside the Sattler. Sattler turns, puts it up. No good. Rebound by Tilton. Tipped away, picked up by Williams. Williams gallops down with it. Boy, he certainly handles the ball well left-handed. Tilton back to Williams. Williams with the ball, works the left side. Scott comes out to help out with Awal. Took away by Troy Brown. Still tipped. Budge comes up with it. He turns back to Ludden of Mananoquet. Now to Tilton. 3:06 left in this contest. 9-point lead. Budge with it now. Budge wants to turn, puts the ball down the floor. Starts to work toward the middle. Stops, gives to Tilton. Foul line extended. Now he turns, goes down the corner to Ludden. Ludden holds over his head in the middle of the ring. Ring turns in his hand, and Awal is reaching, and now Ring will go to the line.
Took some time off the clock, did Mananoquah. They're in their delay game. Here comes Cullen back in, 2:49. That's going to give him that good high-low post game. And he's coming in for number 31, who's Kendall Ring. Will replace him, and it's going to give Mananoquah that good high-low offensive thrust going down the stretch.
And two Mananoquah players, Budge and Williams, go down to the Ellsworth foul line as Ring shoots a foul shot up, and ooh, very big foul shot.
Well, that's a
I'm not
10-point
coming
lead.
out, Coach. I'm going to make the foul shots for you.
That's right. That's 10-point lead. Big lead now for Mananoquah, really, with 2:49 to go.
Foul shot is up. He hits a pair. He'll go to the sidelines, but two big ones. 6 foul shots down the 4 by Williams, 2 by Ring. It's a big foul shooting for this Mananoquah team as Awal stats down with it. Awal with the ball, looking for help, decides to take a three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Tilton.
There's the big rebound.
Ooh, big rebound, goes off to Williams. Williams stats down with it now. Crosses over, comes to this side. Awal right there with him, now to Williams. Passes off to Tilton. Tilton looks for help, off to Budge. Budge holds the ball over his head now, takes the bounce, looks around, now gets a pass into Tilton. Tilton on the other side now, looking for help, skips it across to Collins with 2:17 remaining. And Awal goes to steal behind the back. Dribble is Williams. Budge with it. Now they got to be careful of the intentional foul too, because it's a 2-shot foul plus they get the ball out.
Nice
at the
delay
point
game.
of impact. And the ball's deflected away. Pass goes inside to Scott from Lyon David, and he puts it in.
They got to maybe take some timeouts after they scored as Ellsworth. They got to stop the now.
1:54 left, 61 to 52 is Budge. There's going to be foul by Scott, and Budge will go to the line for 1-on-1. And to see what Timmy Scott just walked over and shook his hand.
He said, Rick, you're all right, big guy.
He says, you can call me Rick, but don't call me Frederick. And Lyon David now goes to the sidelines as Matt Brown comes in. Some more quickness. Troy and Matt Brown in there now. Budge's shot, no good. Rebound taken off by Sattler. Outlet pass goes on the other side to Scott. Scott stats down, 3-point downtown.
There it is.
And you look up at it, 6-point lead, 61 to 55. And this is what Timmy Scott can do. And there's going to be a foul call on Ewald. And Budge will go back to the foul line. Last time he did not connect.
Right. Rick Budge got a little bit rambunctious there on the trap. Swung the ball around, but they were in their trap defense. Timmy Scott and Awal.
We hope at the end of this game that the people at the stand will extend to the committee the courtesy of remaining seated. Thank you.
Woody Bailey. All right,
Bailey.
Woody, huh?
See if he's jinked Budge. He may have jinxed him.
Yeah, he's probably saying I have to stop and listen. Well, it's better than hearing. Oh, he did. Well, no cars are in the parking lot anyway. 61 to 55. Scott with another 3.
Yeah!
Holy moly. Here we go. 58.
There's the timeout.
The timeout.
There's the timeout. 61-58. 2 3-pointers by Timmy Scott. To bring him back into this game. 127. All kinds of time now when you got only a 3-point lead.
So the fourth quarter here, and Tim Scott takes charge with 127 left. And you can't get any better than that. And they did, as you said, call that timeout so they could stop the clock.
Mananoquah had made 6 from the foul line, then Budge misses 2 front ends of the 1-and-1. Scott comes back for 2 3-pointers to put him back in the game.
So Budge's foul shots were very important as the Ellsworth cheerleaders on the floor now with a beat Lincoln sign.
Ellsworth has got to be careful, I think, right now defensively because they're only down by 3. They got to be aggressive on defense, but they got to be very, very careful too because they can't give up an easy goal. Because if Mananoquah is going to run down the clock, they cannot take too many chances, and if they do, they've just got to foul to stop the clock.
So
Things
the
get out of
starting,
hand.
excuse me, so the starting 5 for Mananoquah back on the floor. Ellsworth will have Sattler. Lyon David checks back in. Did he check in?
Yes, he's in.
Scott, Awalt, and Matt Brown, so that's their status. So we're all back at it now with 127 remaining. Ludden, bounce pass goes to Budge. Budge with it, comes up, tries to get a pass, almost it goes to Williams, and Ewald is fouling.
Ewald just could not get there in time. He knew that the minute and he's got 5 fouls. So he's going to go out, and we'll probably see Card come back in. Jimmy Mitchell standing, giving him a nice hand.
Mitchell has 30 seconds to get the player in after the foul. Nice gesture by Mananaquit going over to shake his hand. It's been a very clean played game.
Hard fought, but cleanly
Hard fought,
played.
but clean, very clean, and a lot of things. You can see the blood coming down the left leg of Timmy Scott. As Williams goes to the line, he is 4 for 4 from there, 6 for 6 overall. But down the stretch, he is tough.
This man here has been an immense force from the line.
Looks up with kind of a grin on his face. Did I hear air ball?
Give me another one, he says.
62 to 58, 4-point lead now.
Absolutely drilled it.
So he gets ready for the second one now. One left. Second shot is up and in.
He's 8 for 8.
Whoa, is he decent?
He's 8 for 8.
Coming down now is Scott. Scott's going to stop with another 3-point. Yeah! Winner roll by Timmy Scott. 63 to 61. Does he want this game or what? I wonder if Jack needs CPR by now. Pass goes to Gordon.
He missed it.
Scott didn't. Going for the hoop. Puts it up and in. It's tied. Easy ball, easy.
Mananaquit needs a timeout.
Pass goes to Williams. Williams with it now. I can't even hear myself. There I am. It's back now to Williams. They want a timeout. With 45 seconds. Ellsworth, Scott comes back with a steal, has the 3 3-pointers, and puts in a deuce. 3-6-9-11, just like that.
It looked like a back foot call that John Ford missed. Tilden received the ball and stepped into the court, but then in the ensuing action, Scotty got a tip and went down and laid it in.
63, and that's what Bangor had tonight.
Yes. And there is Jimmy Mitchell talking to his team.
Well, he probably told Scott, look, get 3 3-pointers, steal the ball, tie this thing up so we can go home.
Yeah, I don't think he told him that.
What strategy? What's
Alan Lane going to do? Alan Lane is going to get the ball inbounds, and he's going to move it around, and he's probably going to try to take some time off the clock. Hope that Ellsworth makes a gamble on defense, and then we'll try to go inside with his big guys. On the other hand, I think Ellsworth is going to be very patient again defensively. They can't take too many chances, because if they do, they may get burned, and we'll see what happens. But it's a tie game now. That puts a different light on it. If Mananaquit had a lead, they could take some chances, but it's tie, so both teams have got to be cautious.
45 seconds to go. Is he something? I had 2 games to work at. Now he's working hard. Pass goes to Williams. That's the man you don't want to foul. Card after him. Well, 41 seconds to go. The clock down the right side. Tilton with the ball now. Now passing to Ludden to Kellens. Almost like he didn't want the ball. Ludden back outside to Williams. 32 seconds to go. As you see the clock down the right, they'll keep it there for us, so we won't get mixed up in this thing.
The textbook says run it down to about 14 seconds and maybe call another timeout.
And Brown is fouling, and Williams will go to the line.
He didn't need to do that. 19 seconds left. He didn't need to foul. He fouled the wrong guy.
Well, sometimes Williams has made so many that he might miss, but he's been perfect.
He's 8 for 8. And look at Lion David. He's saying, come on, Ellsworth fans, give us some support.
We don't need the sportsmanship award this year.
And listen to him.
Foul shot by Williams. Up and in. Whoa, what a shot.
9 for 9 from the line, Mr. Williams. And he goes over to talk to Coach Lane.
Well, of course, if he makes this one a 3-pointer, can win it. Boy, he is tremendous at the foul line. You get the blinders on, and no good! Rebound taken off by Matt Brown, or Troy Brown, rather. Now goes off to Card. 12 seconds left. 64-63. Scott shouts to goal. Scott penetrates. Inside.
And he called a timeout!
4 seconds remaining.
A great pass by Timmy Scott. Sadler goes to the glass and lays it in. And Ellsworth has the lead 65-64 with 4 seconds to go. What a finish! And we're not over yet. Can you believe it in the auditorium?
Well, Ellsworth trailed just about all the game until Tim Scott came back with three-pointers. And now with 4 seconds, there's your score, and Scott set up Sattler with the pass for the layup. And now the ball will have to be taken at the whole length of the court. They'll have to go the whole length. What type of a defense will Ellsworth set up?
I think Ellsworth will set up a man-to-man, but it will be a passive man-to-man. I think they'll allow the ball to come inside in the forecourt, and they will play good man-to-man pressure and make the guy dribble the ball. Everybody else will be in front of their man, disallowing the long pass so that they can hopefully run out the clock. They don't want to foul. Here comes David, the cheerleader. He's back on the court. There they are in their man-to-man.
So Ludden will get ready.
Ludden's taking it out. Nobody's guarding him.
4 seconds to go. Williams down with it. Williams still with it. Williams stops, pass long, after the ball. And Ellsworth wins it. And look at Scott. Look at Scott. What a victory by the Ellsworth Eagles. They came back. What a heartbreaking loss. Maranock, and they are all over each other. The final score, Ellsworth wins it 65-64, and just a brilliant comeback by Tim Scott. He would not be denied. He had 11 points going down the stretch, and he had an assist to Sattler for the winning basket.
We said in the semifinals that he was possessed, that he and Lion David had been denied too many times. Look at Lion David over the corner. He's all
low
excited.
five, high fives.
And there's Timmy Scott right there, the happy eagle right there. He's up and he's jumping. And we said he was possessed, but they had been denied for 3 years, ever since their freshman year. There had been a lot of pressure on those two players to do well in the Ellsworth uniform. Tonight is their crowning glory.
Tonight is their crowning glory, and we have to go back, it looks like, to 1966. When the Ellsworth Eagles beat Orono 74-70 and won the championship over Cape Elizabeth 72-53. And there's Allen Lane right there. It's a tough loss to take, and Allen was so close. But that was the last time Ellsworth had won the Eastern Maine and the state, and they'll get a chance for the state right back here. And coming in, we talked about this. We talked about Scott. We talked about Lion David. We talked about the attitude that Jim Mitchell had brought to the Ellsworth Eagles. And I think he's done so much to get these guys back on track to play basketball and not be disrupted by the small things. And they've done it tonight. A great victory, a heartbreaking loss for Maranock, who had the lead all the way. They played great under pressure, right down to the very end. And Mac McKinnon, I believe, where is he headed? He's going up, and he gives whoever the gentleman is, gets the net.
Gave him the net. He gave him the net. Whoever that faithful Ellsworth follower was, and say enough for Allen Lane, and you can't say enough for Maranock Academy. They played their hearts out. They just came so far, but it just did not seem to be in the cards. They were very, very possessed, the Ellsworth Eagles.
Jerry, I'm going back on the past champions B, and it was back in 1966 as Ellsworth goes over to shake hands with Maranock. And talking with Stu Taylor, Taylor felt when we first came down here Saturday, he said to me that the Sattler boys playing well. Scott and David are not unknowns. They're excellent basketball players. And he says they could win this thing as an underdog, and they have.
Right, and then that was that 1966 team. They beat Ellsworth in the quarterfinals. They beat the Maranock Academy Lynx in the semifinals. Here's the pass from Scott as he draws the defense to him. There's Sattler. Receives the pass. One power step up all alone. Off the glass. The winning hoop.
The winning hoop. And
the winning assist.
Right.
And they beat Orono in the finals and went on to beat Cape Elizabeth. The coach of that team, Stu Taylor.
And read some of the names. Give the names.
Some of the names of that Ellsworth team: James Marcos, Wayne Murray, Mark Nash, the big center, John Royal, John Linehan, famous John Linehan Ford, Ken Jordan, a golfing partner of mine, Ralph Valley, John Petros, Waller Fuller, Donald Wood, and Jeffrey Gray, and Albert Harmon. Now to Norris Nickerson, who is making the presentations of the awards.
Rachel Botting, Melanie Lagasse. Peter Graham. Darren Whitney. Joe Folster. Chris Lane. David Millett. Kendall Ring. Joey Grant. Shannon Dwyer. John Van Buren. Roger Stinson. Benji White. Michael Williams.
Great by the fans from both sides for Mike Williams as he put on quite a show here, and he'll be back another year.
Frederick Budge. Andrew Collins. Danny Ludden. And Brian Tilden.
Great hand for Brian Tilden. We might point out that Mara Norfolk Academy's roster has two seniors, Brian
Coach Lane,
Tilden
if you'd come up with your captains, please.
and Daniel Ludden. Everyone else is back. So they'll be back here next year, no question.
And Tilton, too, has been the inspirational leader for this team. He's got them in there high, and they came so close. They were leading by 17 at halftime, but lose the game by a single point, 65-64 to the Ellsworth Eagles.
And now they'll pass out the
As we call your team members up,
individual awards.
please come up and receive your individual awards.
There's Jim Mitchell, a happy coach, along with his assistant, Mike Merritt.
Lewis Wilson.
There's Lewis. That's going to be a great thrill for Jim Mitchell, first year at Ellsworth. Eastern Maine champion.
Flurby. Matt Brown. Jason Sargent.
The crew cuts have it, huh?
Once they get back to Ellsworth and see the tape of this
Chad
game,
Sattler.
and hear Coach Mitchell's remark, Monday will be D-Day for him.
Jimmy Card.
The hair will be off.
D-Day is right.
John Welch.
Big John.
Mike Broder. Reggie Kimball.
A happy bunch of Eagles.
Earl Awol.
Very unselfish.
Troy Brown.
There's Troy.
Jason Sattler.
I was going to say Earl Awald, very unselfish player.
Lion David.
Nice role play. There's Lion David. Gives Coach a big hug.
Tim Scott.
Fan of the Ellsworth Eagles just walked by. On his shirt, he had Year of the Eagle.
Year of the Eagle. It's only
certainly
China
was.
it's the year of the Dragon. So.
Would you please go to the back, Florida? If there's a doctor in the auditorium, please go to the back, Florida.
Coach Mitchell and your captains, please come forward.
There's Timmy.
You see those locks coming off right now, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations to Ellsworth Eastern Maine Class B Boys Champ 1988.
There they are. High over their heads. The Eastern Maine Championship Trophy presented to Ellsworth High School. The Ellsworth Eagles will play here on Friday night for the State of Maine Championship Class B boys.
And
look at him.
Whoa.
Whoa, gonna juggle him there.
Look, Dad, look what I got.
Yeah.
Jack Scott, the father, of course, on that great 53-54 Ellsworth team. Back-to-back state titles.
And we're going to see it again. There's the pass. Jason Sattler makes no mistakes. Power step.
He's
Left
up
hand
with
off.
no one around him.
Release in. Timeout by Tilton. 4 seconds left. Ball comes inbound to Williams. He dribbles down the left sideline in front of his bench, throws it up at the buzzer, and Ellsworth wins 65-64.
And the countdown there, you got excited too, didn't you? Huh?
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, it was an excellent game. You mentioned, before we go to Bill, but you mentioned about the Bill Russell thing, about a team having to come back, and all of a sudden they get almost there and they just don't have anything left. But it was Scott's three-pointers that were the difference in that sequence, because they kept trading 1 point. They kept picking away, and then they did have enough to come back, and he made the great pitch and the layup by Sattler to end it.
3 threes and a deuce that he had as well. He had 11 points in a very short period. And then the pass to Sattler for the winning basket.
Here we go. Mattanock Academy final stats. Mike Williams, 13 points, 9 out of 10 from the foul line. Dan Ludden, 5. Ricky Budge, 12 points. Brian Tilden, 22 points, held to 2 points in the second half because of foul trouble. Andy Collins, 5 points. Kendall Ring, 4 points. John Van Buren, 3 points. Dave Millett, 2 points for their total of 64. And on the Ellsworth side, Troy Brown had 2. Jason Sattler had 7. The game winner, Matt Brown, had 2. Mike Groda came in and did an excellent job with 6 points. Jimmy Codd had 2. Lion David had 21. And Timmy Scott caps off his brilliant Eastern Maine career with the championship and 23 big points. There they are underneath the basket. There's Tim. He's got the ball. He's not going to give it up. Lion David leaning against the basket support with the trophy.
John Mitchell just walked by. Uncle John.
The
You know, we
Swisher.
were trying to think about it. Probably half of Waterville's here as well.
Swisher right there.
There he is. The man who went to Rhode Island. Now let's go to Bill McManus.
Joe, thank you very much. Jim, great ball game.
Yeah, it was a terrific finish anyways. Not a very good first half, but we came out and played real well in the second half. You know, I think the keys for us, obviously, Timmy Scott just took over the ball game and did some tremendous things individually. But it was real important for us coming out in the second half that we didn't panic and try to get it all back at once. We worked it inside, and the guys that got the basketball inside did a great job facing up, faking, going to the boards. It was a great team win. Really did a nice job.
I was pleased to say that because I thought that Tim Scott played an excellent ball game. He was unselfish, but you had a lot of other contributors.
Oh.
They all came through.
No question about that. I mean, the end, I'm sure Timmy's performance overshadowed a lot of the other people's contributions, but we can't forget those. I mean, Lion David was pounding the boards. He played a tremendous game off the backboards. He had some real big baskets. We got some awful lot of help from Jason Sattler. He had a real nice game tonight. and the guys that came off the bench, Jimmy Card, Mike Groda, they did a nice job also. They were real aggressive on defense when we needed it coming down to the end. I mean, it was real important, obviously, when they were trying to take a lot of time off the clock, that we had some fresh bodies that were able to go in there and still be in sync with the offense.
Jim, the question we have is, what are you going to look like in a crew cut?
Geez, I'm going to look pretty terrible. I haven't had one since I was 5.
Hey, listen, Jim, we want to wish you the best of luck in the state championship, and on behalf of MPBN Television, we're going to present you a videotape of tonight's game. You can go back and listen to it. There's a lot of great memories in that, and you can put that at Ellsworth High School.
Sure is. Did Leahy say anything nice about us?
Yes, he did. He always did that. Joe will cover up for Leahy anytime. But, Jim, best of luck to you in the state championship.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Bob, Joe?
Thanks a lot, Bill. And the final score again, 65-64. Ellsworth wins the Easton B. This is Joe Gould for Lisa Riches, Keith McKean, Bill McManus, Bob Leahy. And tomorrow afternoon, we'll be back with the Class D championship. And tomorrow night, we'll be back with Class C championship. Have a pleasant good evening.